our Honorable late Chairman and Founder, Professor Dr. M.R. Duraisamy, sir, our esteemed Chief Guest, the Honorable Supreme Court Justice and former Chief Justice of India, Mr. N.V. Ramana Garu, the Honorable Chancellor of PES University, Professor Jawahar, our Principal of the Medical College, Dean and Principal, Professor Krishna Rao, who is not here today, our Vice Principal, Dr. Rayali, sir, our Medical Superintendent, Dr. Subramanya, sir, Professor Ajoy Kumar, the Chief Operating Officer of PES Group, our Associate Medical Director, Dr. Rupa Suresh, the principals of the Nursing College, Dr. Abhirami, and the Physiotherapy College, Mr. Brajesh, Dr. Brajesh, esteemed faculty, non-teaching staff, proud families, and most importantly, our dear graduates and members of the media and other special invitees. Today is a milestone for our graduating students, a culmination of years of rigorous training, sleepless nights, facing a pandemic, and they are now transformed into mature doctors and specialists in their respective fields. We celebrate your hard work, your success, and I congratulate each one of you on your achievement. I would like to also congratulate and thank all the parents and families who have trusted their wards to us in this institution. Today is also a moment for remembrance, reverence, and tribute. I wish to dedicate this speech to our beloved founder father, Professor M.R. Duraisamy, who recently passed away, leaving behind not just institutions, but great ideals for us to live by. Not just buildings, but a legacy for us to celebrate for eternity. I dedicate this speech to his life and legacy by reflecting on some of the principles that guided him, principles that will guide you also to achieve great things in your lives. He had many qualities, and I could talk for hours, but I've distilled a few of those which I felt will be useful to you in your own lives. The first quality is the courage to dream big. As it was mentioned, he was a young boy who lived in a village, but he dared to dream. And it was just not an ordinary dream, but a dream that was so big, bigger than life itself, not just for himself, but for countless others. His journey was not merely one of personal success, but one of creating opportunities and futures for many by transforming the educational landscape in the state and in the country. Today, PES graduates are present all over the world. They are serving in many parts of the world. It is because of that courage to dream big that we stand in this hall today in an institution that blends competence, quality, and humanistic values. Dear graduates, I dare you to dream big, not just for yourselves, but for your communities, for your country, and for the world. It is the first step in achieving greatness. The second quality he possessed was immense self-belief. To chase a big dream, you need to have immense belief, and he had an unshakable belief in his capabilities. The word impossible did not exist in his dictionary. He believed that everyone has unlimited potential, and we need to believe in that potential. So this institution, as you know, was also inaugurated by another such person, a poor boy from a village in Tamil Nadu, coming from a minority community who dreamed big and became one of the world renowned space scientists and eventually the president of this country, Honorable Shri Abdul Kalamji. So many times, if you don't dream big and have self belief, you will never reach your true potential. So I urge you to believe in yourselves and break any mental barriers that are limiting your true potential. You must venture out beyond your comfort zones to realize your true potential. Anything and everything is possible if you believe in yourselves. The third quality that he had was clarity of purpose. So his clarity of purpose allowed him to plan and execute and make every one of his big dreams come to reality. This clear sense of direction is essential for effective decision making and sustained motivation. It enables us to focus our efforts on meaningful activities, thereby enhancing productivity and fulfillment in life. Without such clarity, you may find yourselves aimless and engage in tasks that truly do not align with your goals of achievement. We often learn how to be organized and plan patient care, but we are not very organized in our own lives. And as I'm fond of saying, it's not just the profession, but your personal health is very important to us. And you need to take care of your physical health, your mental health, and your social health, your relationships. So these require planning, and you need to have a clarity of purpose, and then you can plan all these areas in your life. So only looking at profession, you know that doctors have one of the highest suicide rates among professionals. Many times we are so involved in our profession that we forget about ourselves and our families. So it's a very important point that I want to make, that please also take care of yourselves. Yet another characteristic of our chairman was the dedication, diligence, and devotion towards that purpose. So that there was the dream, the self belief, a purpose, and the dedication towards that purpose. So while dreams, self belief, and a sense of purpose are important ingredients for success, they need to be backed up by dedication, diligence, and hard work. Our founder exemplified unwavering dedication to his purpose. He was inspired by the words of Swami Vivekananda, who said, "Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached." So he is used to working tirelessly towards his purpose of building fine institutions, waking up before dawn and working late into the night, even into his 80s. Many of you may not know that he started this medical project, which was not in the state that he lived, at the age of 61, when most people would want to retire. That is when he took up this challenging project, much against the wishes of his own family. They all felt it would be too difficult to do a project in a rural area where faculty will be hard to get, the population is very sparse. But he believed in it. He believed that he wanted to do something for his native district. And when the current chief minister, who was then the chief minister as well, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, invited him, he gladly accepted this challenge and went ahead with it. And you would think after building this institution at the age of 61 that he would retire, but not our chairman. He then went on to found two schools, a school in Bangalore called Amatra Academy, a school in Chittoor, the Chittoor Public School, and two engineering colleges. An engineering college in Bangalore on the Electronic City Road campus. And you may not know of this other engineering college. I'm not talking about the first engineering college that he built. He built another engineering college in Shimoga, and that is also called PES, but it is not. It does not belong to People's Education Society. It's Prerana Educational Society. It belongs to the ex Chief Minister of Karnataka. Uh, and so that also, he used to take the night train from Bangalore, go to Shimoga. He would stay there, made sure that institution was built, and he hired the faculty for that institution as well. And now at the age of 87, he has built a new medical college in Bangalore. So we must appreciate the kind of vision and the resolve to get things done. And he's unfortunately been unwell for about a year or so, and all he would tell me is, just give me 2 more years because I have so much unfinished work. He had ideas. He was working on a very big project in trying to adopt a number of government schools and improve them, so that he wanted the same, whatever the best schools in Bangalore had, those kind of facilities had to come to the poor primary and middle schools. And he still, till a week before he passed away, he sat and wrote all these recommendations, which are actually now being curated and being handed over to the government so that they can be implemented. And you know that he was given the position of advisor to the government of Karnataka on education. It was a cabinet level post that he held during the BJP government. And again, when the Congress government came, it was offered to him. But at that time, he said, I will help you from the outside. I'm busy with some of my own institutions. And so he's been so passionate about that. And I remember, and for him, age was merely a number. He had the energy of a 20-year-old. And I remember when somebody very recently asked him how old he was, he smirkingly replied, why does it matter? My mind is sharp and my enthusiasm to live is unbounding. So I want you to have that kind of a spirit, however old you are, that your mind is young and you have unbounding enthusiasm to do what you want to do. The other great quality is self-discipline. From his early student days to his final years of his life, he remained a man of uncompromising self-discipline. His self-discipline was the force behind every meaningful achievement in his life. It made him stay focused on his goals and maintain his humanistic values while building institutions, despite facing several obstacles and challenges. So what is this self-discipline? It is the inner commitment to stay focused and delay gratification and to uphold one's values consistently. It empowers you to make purposeful choices rather than impulsive one, aligning your daily actions with your long-term goals. Today we live in a world of instant gratification. You have a phone and you have an app. You can get anything you want instantly, whether that is needed or not needed, whether it is good for the environment, bad for the environment. We are going in a very a destructive way, I would say, in some ways that the world is changing. He also had an indomitable drive. He had an internal engine that never ran out of fuel. Whether he at the age of 88, I remember he had gotten dialysis. He was unwell. He had a renal problem. We gave him dialysis. 2 days after taking dialysis, he is so energetic. He says, today I'm feeling so good. I want to go to work. So we had to basically accompany him to his office to make sure he spent 2 hours and then he came back. So that was the kind of drive that he had. Until his last breath, he wanted to serve, and that was his main thing, that he had to do something for these schools and do something better and more for the society. His optimism and perseverance are also unparalleled. He always had a positive outlook. The rest of us would say this is impossible, and he would say, no, why? We can always do it. We have done so many things, and we will do this as well. He always encouraged us, and in the presence of adversity, he always saw opportunity. So, his quest for knowledge and understanding was very, very, immense. Every day he would read 6 newspapers. He would read a number of books. He would read a number of technical papers. He constantly desired knowledge for the improvement, his self-improvement as well as the improvement of his institutions. So that is something I really admired in him. His sense of social responsibility was the other. He always wanted to give back, and many of you may be aware of all his social responsibility activities. Uh, he has adopted a number of government schools where the infrastructure and education have been improved. He has built a number of houses for a lot of people who lost houses during the floods. He was a constant donor to all the whenever calamities happened, he would donate to the state of Karnataka and to the state of Andhra Pradesh. And most importantly, he had empathy and compassion. He believed that intellect should be married to the heart. He admired Mother Teresa deeply and often quoted her, "Not all of us can do great things, but we all can do small things with great love." So that was his philosophy. Whether it was small or big, he continued to do the best he can for everybody. And you have heard that whenever he came to this campus, he would walk the entire hospital, starting from the emergency room, and ask each and every patient whether they have been cared for well. That was the level of his involvement. And among all the campuses he has built, this was his favorite campus. And he was so sick, but the one thing he would tell me is, I need to go to Kuppam and see that college once before I die. We tried our best to get him physically fit, but unfortunately we could not. But we arranged a video, tour of the campus. He was so happy. It was just 2 days before he passed away. He saw everybody, and I believe he interacted with some of you as well. And that was the passion he carried for this institution. So, in conclusion, as you leave the portals of this institution and step into your careers, please carry with you the daring to dream big, the self-belief to overcome doubt and fear, the dedication and discipline to stay on the course, the drive and direction to purpose meaningful goals, and the depth of understanding to see beyond the surface. Above all, the spirit of service and empathy and compassion are much needed today in the profession. Our honorable chief guest also told us that the transition from a good doctor to a great doctor is empathy and compassion. And I really want you to carry that in your hearts. If you don't remember anything that I said, just remember the 2 words, empathy and compassion. And the other thing our chairman said, which I want to leave you with, the last thing I will say, he said, just focus on your purpose and work hard. Money will be a byproduct of that hard work. Never make money as your primary purpose for which you are going to work. It should just be the byproduct. If you work hard, the money will come. And I think, you all have had the fortune of becoming doctors and specialists in your respective fields because of a number of poor patients who walk into this hospital. If they had money, they would go to Bangalore, they would go to a corporate hospital, but they come here and you have the privilege of learning on these real patients. And I think that you should carry for the rest of your lives, that you would do something back for the poor. And a large number in this country cannot afford the high care and the high cost of care that only a small fraction can afford. Kindly always keep them in your heart and help them whenever you can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and insightful presidential address.